Shalom, this is your brother Yawanathan. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakak Radash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone. And I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. All right, so this nigga from Fort Worth, Charleston White, this nigga's amusing. He's not as incompetent as people may think. He says some things that are true sometimes, that are amusing, right? But he's still a nigga. He's a super 2/3. He's the elect of the 2/3, right? And we're gonna listen to what he says, okay? And a lot of people, let's see. I wonder what some of these comments say. See, you were speaking facts. They give you a show in Vegas. All right, yeah, well, you'll see what that means in the clip. Yeah. This comment says, I don't understand how you all take everything Charleston White says personally or seriously. He's a shock jock. And it may be, but a lot of people do take it serious and they have a similar mindset. So, we always need, topics or lessons to analyze and bring to light. Hey, this is the mindset people are in that you might be in. You need to repent so that you don't die. You don't get destroyed. Okay, so there's some of the comments. Let's actually listen to the video. We'll make some points and bring up some precepts.
Yeah.
I
mean, he hasn't had a hit in a long time.
At this point, homie, Oprah Winfrey is irrelevant. There's no relevance to Oprah Winfrey. Martin Luther King is irrelevant. Malcolm X is irrelevant. The Nation of Islam is irrelevant. Hebrews are irrelevant.
Right? So that's what I was listening to. I said, I got to make a lesson now. So all the people that he mentioned the 4th time are irrelevant because they have no solutions to how people get out of this situation. They have no solution into how the state of the world is refreshed or renewed. The difference between us and them is that we have the sure word of prophecy that the scriptures give us. And we're the ones who are telling people, especially 2/3 of our people in the nations, how they're going to die and why. We're the only people that actually have answers, full-fledged answers as to why these things are going on in depth and how they're going to end. Nobody else can tell you how these things end, how this kingdom ends, and how our nation is reestablished in the earth in righteousness. Nobody else has the answers to immortality. Okay? Nobody else has the full-fledged answers onto how we ended up in this state in the first place. Okay, as to why. Why would the Lord or even ordain this? Why would he let it happen? It was for our own disobedience. So let's get some precepts and we'll go from there. All right? All right, so we're here in 2 Peter 1:19. All right, it reads, we have also a more sure word of prophecy. Okay, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed as unto a light that shineth in a dark place. Now Isaiah mentioned this. Until the day dawn and the day star arise in your hearts. When we go to Isaiah 9, and that light that has shined unto them, all right, it has been this truth. The Lord has spoken this truth unto the entire nation of Israel. Every major city you go to, even some smaller cities, you see the men of the Lord on the corners, on the highways and byways, and the hedges, chief places of concourse, bringing out the word. But like it says in Proverbs 1, many of our people have set at naught all the Lord's counsel, and they're going to pay for it gravely. All right, this is Isaiah 9, and I'll just start here too. It says, the people that walked in darkness have seen a great light. Now, we just mentioned that great light, right? They that dwell in the land of the shadow of death, and we are in that land, upon them hath the light shined. Thou hast multiplied the nation, and not increased the joy. They joy before thee according to the joy in harvest, and as men rejoice when they divide the spoil. For thou hast broken the yoke of his burden and the staff of his shoulder and the rod of his oppressor, as in the day of Midian. And the rod of our oppressor is being broken. He's going to have one, last big push here, but, he's going down. It's inevitable. Now, we have the answers to how this place is going to go down. All right, Isaiah 9:5, it flows right into it, right after that light has been shown. All right, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. Every war up until this point has been fought, in a traditional sense, right? Hand-to-hand combat, guns, missiles, swords going off. But this war is going to be completely different. It says, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Now, World War III is going to be fought with ICBM missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles. It's not going to be fought like any other war before it. Okay? That's how this kingdom goes down. And then immediately after that, verse 6, it tells us what? For a child unto us is born. All right? So this is talking about Yahweh Shai. Had a guy on the comment board yesterday saying, oh, we're not supposed to worship the sun, but, Psalms, what is it, 2 and 12? I'll go get it. It says, kiss ye the son, lest he be angry. So we're ordered by the Most High to acknowledge his son. Not that we put the son before Yahweh. Okay, that's silly. But, a lot of those Old Testament jakes, man, they're locked in. They're sealed. They're not going to repent. Okay? And they have no answers unto how we actually get delivered out of this place. Because there's no way in hell that the entire nation of Israel, or even even the elect of Israel, is going to be able to keep the laws in perfection here on this side. Okay. Verse 6: For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder. All right, the real new world order and righteousness, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. So this isn't talking about the Ancient of Days, but he's going to be a God, and he is to be worshipped. Okay. But we know who the Creator here is. The Creator just wants us to give acknowledgement unto his Son. He said he bestowed all things unto us. Let's get it. All right. So this is John 3, and I'll start at 34. It says, for he whom God hath sent speaketh the words of God. For God giveth not the Spirit by measure unto him. The Father loveth the Son, and hath given all things into his hand. All right? And then it goes on to tell you what? He that believeth the Son hath everlasting life, and he that believeth not the Son shall not see life, but the wrath of God abideth on him. So, that's the end judgment for those who don't acknowledge the Son. And again, the Hebrews, the Israelites, the men of the Lord that the Lord has sent, we're the only people that are relevant in the big picture, grand scheme of things. But 2/3 of our people, they can't see the big picture. So, no wonder he made that statement. All right, so back to the clip.
Because what's your relevance? Who are the youth discussing? That's how you know.
And the Lord doesn't care who the youth are discussing. They don't care the Lord doesn't care who 2/3 of our people are idolizing. Has he ever cared? Did that ever stop him from destroying the earth, flooding the earth, killing mass amounts of our people, having them wander in the wilderness for 40 years? Did they stop the Lord's program? You see, he doesn't believe in the Most High, so he doesn't put two and two together that these majestic feats that happen to our people, these great judgments that befall our people in the world, he doesn't put together that the Lord is ordaining that for people's disobedience. The same thing that he's saying right now. Are the youth discussing that? Is that what they're following or adhering to? He doesn't put together that conduct, that mindset is what put our people in this situation in the first place, because he doesn't understand prophecy, nor does he adhere or acknowledge it. And that's the majority of our people. And that's why, majority of our people can't be taken, up as destruction is coming down.
Relevant.
We're the only culture that do that to our artists. They don't call Britney Spears irrelevant. They don't call
you lying to me.
Backstreet.
Do you know how you become irrelevant in Britney Spears' world? You get a show in Vegas. That's when you become irrelevant. They give you a show in Vegas. Nigga, you talking about the culture, pop culture is your relevance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't had a hit in a long time.
All right, so that's pretty much it on that, man. This guy is, oftentimes a buffoon. all the time a buffoon. But he's one of those barbershop jakes that people are polarized by, and he's quite entertaining. But he's a nigga, and that mindset is gonna bring him to death. And that mindset is within the majority of our people. So with that being said, man, Lord willing, the lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises once more to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rekah Kodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house.